question. Do you know which infectious disease kills the most people in the world each year? It's not HIV and AIDS, as you might have thought. It's actually tuberculosis, or TB, as it's known. Hi, I'm Hannah, and I'm a doctoral candidate in epidemiology, and as you've probably gathered by now, my research is focused on tuberculosis, specifically what is called latent tuberculosis infection. So this is when someone's been infected with the TB bacteria, but they aren't yet sick or contagious. It's essentially like lying dormant and sleeping, and so the term is dormant in medical lingo. Anyhow, so as you see on my slide, 2 billion people in the world, or 1/4 of the world's population, have latent TB infection. They form this massive reservoir, which is represented by the base of that iceberg. From this reservoir, 10 to 15% of people will go on to develop active TB disease, becoming the 10 million cases that we see around the world. But there is some good news. People with latent TB infection can get preventive treatment, which stops the TB from becoming active disease. And we need healthcare systems that prioritize delivery of preventive treatment. So that's where my research comes in. I'm working in 5 countries, Brazil, Benin, Ghana, Indonesia, and Vietnam, where there are a lot of people with active TB. I am trying to get healthcare workers to increase the amount of time they spend giving preventive treatment to family members of someone who has active TB. To do this, I'm using a really simple method. With the help of local researchers, we write down minute by minute all the activity that a healthcare worker does throughout their day. Then I look at specific categories of work and particularly focus on the time that is spent on latent TB services. From this time, I can figure out how much it actually costs to give preventive treatment. My goal is to demonstrate that healthcare systems will actually save money by increasing preventive treatment, because this actually helps them to avoid treating extra cases of active TB disease, which is costly, it takes a long time, and more importantly, it's really hard for patients. Preventive treatment will actually shrink the base of that iceberg, the reservoir of latent TB infection. This will stop active TB disease globally and ultimately make the tip of that iceberg disappear completely. Thank you.